Hi, this is Larry. It's June 9th, which is a Friday, and I'm going for a little walk down Pine Street tonight. First we'll look at Weis Markets across the street. I worked there in 1968 for a couple of years while I was in high school and then college first year. And across the street from that is what was Brown Motors. I think it was a Chevy dealer back then. Now it's a Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler across the street. Pine Street Baptist Church it was up here. At 11th Street, now it's for sale. The building is. Tenth and Pine. On the right over there used to be a meat plant. I think there's still one there today. There's 9th Street and Pine. On the right used to be the medicine shop. Now it's an insurance agency. Across the street's Vinny's Pizza. And to the left, about a half a block up there, would have been where I went to the first half of first grade, Chestnut Street School. They knocked it down and built some houses. Right there, that white house with the brown metal roof used to be my grandparents' house. Vernon and Lola Seward. Over there's a Rita's now. It's fairly new, a couple years old. 2 or 3. So this is my neighborhood until I was 6 years old. I lived at 204 East 8th Street. And right up here on the right, it's all apartment buildings now, but what used to be here were, first thing here would have been Smith's Drug Store. And this first door, 805. And then this little door here was Ollie Cope's barber shop. And the rest of this building here was Stephen's store, corner store, where you could get just about anything. Used to have a soda machine here on the steps. There was a porch. You went up a couple of steps, and then one of those soda machines where you had to lift the lid up, and it was a maze. To get the flavor you wanted, you had to move the bottles around after you put your dime in. They only let you take one out. And I live to take a little sidebar here to a little bit of 8th Street. Pretty run down now, but back in the day, these steps right here, that was it, 204. I used to have a little dump truck, and I'd move dirt around right there, and then crawl into that porch and play around in the coal. My mother yelled at me, but it's fun. Better shot at Stevens. I was allowed at 6 to cross that street by myself. That's how quiet Berwick was. Just the corner of 7th and Pine. A lot of this neighborhood hasn't changed much. Some new buildings. So up here in 6th Street and Pine, down there is the library on Market Street. But right here was a very important building. That's where Defenders Fire Hall was. And my father was a member, his father was a member, his brother was a member. His grandmother was in the Ladies Auxiliary. My father was one of the oldest members when he passed away, but it now belongs to some private person. He bought it, the building. And father would bring me in there and let me crawl around on the big white Mack fire truck they had. Still remember the smell of the hoses. Says it was established 1903. In front of us here on 5th Street, we're looking at the power transfer station of some sort, electrical. Across the street here. And you'll see two more items of interest on the, as we come up here. On the left is where the Berwick post office is. Post office is between 4th Street and Wyandotte Avenue. And directly across Wyandotte, that's the Armory. When I was 16 years old, I went there, and the state policeman took me on my driver's test, the driving portion, at that Armory, which was built in 1922, according to the keystone on it. And over here on our right, between 4th and 3rd Street, there's a building that, or the top of it always reminds me of the Alamo. It was the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, the AMP. Now it's Boyer's IGA. And we're getting near the end of our walk and my talk, my huffing and puffing. And you could see in the distance there down Pine Street, maybe you could see the Bower Memorial Church that's on the corner of 2nd and Pine Street. And that's about it for tonight. Thanks for coming on that little walk with me. Peace, and see you later.